Welcome, and this is Deepin 15.3, a very popular Chinese distribution. And I have to say, it is very easy to do a basic installation. If you have a spare hard drive and you just want to erase the whole disk and put Deepin on it, it has about the easiest installer I've ever seen. After having installed it, it runs a GNOME-like desktop. It's actually called the Deepin desktop environment, DDE. But by pressing the super key, I can bring up a list of my applications. And of course, I always have a Docker launch bar at the bottom. And I can also change how I view this simply by clicking there, and then I've got internet, music. I can scroll down or up with my mouse key, my mouse wheel. It comes with Steam already pre-installed. It does use the WPS Office Suite. There's Deepin Cloud Print. It has a lot of really interesting Deepin applications. So let's just take a look at those real quick. Cloud Print, Cloud Scan, the Boot Maker, Image Viewer, Feedback, the Store. All these things are very interesting and very unique. The radio player, music player, the video player, Deepin Movie. And let's take a look first at Deepin Store. It's a very Ubuntu-like package manager, and this is by popularity. Then I can just go home, do it loaded by rankings, shows me what's the most popular, and then I can do on a variety of subsets. So it shows me Vivaldi, wow, is number 4, and Opera's number 5. I like both those browsers very much, and I also like Firefox. Transmission, very nice. But it gives you an idea of what's out and what's being used. And it's just very enjoyable package manager, especially if you're used to using a graphically less intense package manager like Pac-Man. And there are lots and lots of programs to choose from because it is running on a Debian unstable kernel. So let's get out of that and go back to our applications, and you can see the other one I wanted to show you real quick was Deepin Music, because I think this one kind of exemplifies the simplicity that they're trying to get from the Deepin distribution. And you could this is just a really simple and easy music player. I can change my skin real quickly. Just very nice. This can expand it, so I get some graphics in there, and I can unexpand it, and just play stop. And down here I can search. I get to add and import my lists. Just very nice, very simplistic, very, very, very pretty. And I think that carries through, making this a really nice operating system. And if we take a look at our system monitor, we're running at 1.1 gigs of memory. I do have Google Chrome up and running in a different desktop. And then I also have Simple Screen Recorder running, and I am also previewing it. So I'm cranking through quite a lot. And you can see I'm holding steady at 1.1 gigs. And my CPUs are cranking out the work here. This is a quad-core computer. So let's get out of that. Take a look at Chrome. It does come prepackaged with Chrome, and this is the Deepin homepage. And you can see it's a fair amount of Chinese symbols there. One of the nice things about Deepin is it comes in a lot of different languages, so that's very, very nice. I think it's in the top 10 distributions according to Distro Watch, and it does have the nice little Docker bar at the bottom. And if I want to look at my settings, it comes up fairly nice here. User accounts, display, default, sound, network, personalization, date, time, power, mouse, all the standard ones. A boot menu, which is kind of nice. I can change my boots. You can see I'm also booting into Peppermint 7 here in Chaos, if you can read that small, on this particular computer. I can change my theme, the default boot, the delay, text color. So that's very nice, and that's not something you see all the time. And then down here I have little icons to take me back to where I want to go home, user accounts, So I was down at boot menu, system information. Let's take a look at that. And here you can see I'm running 15.3 Deepin, 64-bit, and I'm using an AMD quad-core processor with 8 gigs of RAM, and I've got 400 gigabytes of disk available. And that's actually a additional group of disks, because this Deepin's installed by its lonesome on a 250 gigabyte hard drive. And you can see I have updates to install, and it tells me what the updates are. So that's very nice. There is a lot of, if I go into sound, there's a lot of sound effects in this. So it's a very sound effecty distribution. Whether that can be good or bad, that's up to you. I turned it off, so I don't really want to be bothered with it. Overall, this is a really nice distribution, and it's very simple. So I think it would make life easy for a lot of people once you get used to the desktop environment. And again, it's as simple as pressing the Windows key, super key, to get access to your programs. You have a search function here, so I could type in disks, and it's going to take me to the Deepin bootmaker. Chrome, to go to Chrome. It's easy to add and remove programs from the Docker, and you can move the dock now around to the sides and above. And I can also access programs this way. So it would also work on a touchscreen, I think, fairly well. Overall, I'm very impressed with Deepin. This is my first blush with it. I'll have to use it for a while. The only programs I've really added was Kodi Media Center, Simple Screen Recorder, and I think I had to add Play on Linux. Yep, see if the little button there, that shows me that I added that particular program. I'll add LibreOffice and some others in the near future, but I'm really impressed with it. The speed, stability, everything seems to be fine. Last thing I wanted to point out really quick was it was just a 2-button click to add my drivers. I have a complicated password there, so it's going to update the cache. This is very similar to how you add and update drivers in an Ubuntu based distribution, in that it will come up and give us a window, and then we can apply from there. And let's see, I have one last thing I want to show in addition to that. It's just the multitasking view. And here you can see my different windows I have open, my workspaces, and my ability to change back and forth. So that's pretty nice. So here you can see I have my NVIDIA driver. It is only 361, and I think I'm up to 370 in some of my other distributions. And I am running my AMD 64 microcode. And it was just 2 clicks. Easily done, didn't have to search for anything. This computer doesn't run anything on Wi-Fi, so I'm not sure how strong the Wi-Fi acceptance is, but if my guess would be it's going to be pretty strong given how easy everything else has been. A very simple and easy to use distribution. Thanks for watching.